The Tangent Egg podcast is aimed at a mature audience. It contains themes that are not appropriate for all listeners. It's important to note that we are not experts. We routinely have no idea what we're talking about and are just three idiots sitting around a table. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome to Tangent Egg Podcast. I'm Seth, and unfortunately this week only Jondoe's here to join me.
Hi.
So, our buddy Swoosh decided he wanted to see if he could fight the ground, and he lost.
Yeah, face punches on the ground don't work. No, concrete is hard.
He did have a brief stint up to the hospital, get checked out, glue him back together, a couple stitches. So he's in a bit of pain and on some meds, so we wish him well. Should see him again, hopefully, next week.
Get well, Swoosh.
But on to this week's episode. I mean, we got to start with what is easily the biggest thing that's happened this week.
It's a good news, feel-good story.
Oh, yeah. For once, we're not talking about how fucking Unity is continuing to be an absolute dumpster fire.
And we're not talking about how shit a company is. We're talking about how fucked up companies have actually had to bend the knee. Oh,
yes.
It had to happen.
And for those who don't know, the Writers Guild won.
Yeah.
They hit all of their major, deal-breaker goals and some of their non-deal-breaker goals. So, it's an absolute across-the-board win.
Yeah. They straight out folded. Every production company just straight out, fine, can we just do something? We're losing money here. It's that's where they had to be kicked for anything to fucking happen. Absolutely. Yeah. Just, even the breakdown of what they've got to limit the use of AI in writing is, it's fucking awesome. They can't rewrite or produce any AI content without specifically telling any writers any of this was done by AI. Yeah, and they have to have at least 3 writers in the room for everything. It's so good. Actually,
on the AI one, I think is actually really good is that they've not it's limited use of AI significantly, but that they get to come back periodically and reassess that particular one, so that even if the Writers Guild decide that they want to use it for some stuff, that they can they baked in some flexibility, which is good.
Yeah, baked in flexibility for the writers, but not so much for the production companies. No, it's we can use AI, and if we want to or if we need to, you can't just straight out replace us with AI.
If I recall right now, it's just a flat no. But like I said, they have regular things where they get to reassess the state of AI, and because let's face it, the genie's out of the bottle on that one.
Yeah,
you just got to roll with it at this point and just keep tabs on it to be able to keep out in front of it.
The point of that, hang on, I'll read it here. A writer can choose to use AI when performing writing services if the company consents and provided that the writer follows applicable company policies. But the company can't require that the writer to use AI software when performing writing services. So, yeah, just gives that flexibility to the person actually providing the service without actually undercutting themselves. So, good on them.
Yeah. And that could change in the future. They may decide to restrict it more, or they may decide to start to loosen the restrictions on it as it becomes more prevalent. As I said, unfortunately, that's a demon we're not getting rid of anytime soon.
Though I am curious, because Netflix put up a job for $1.6 million for a person to develop AI specifically for script writing. And I don't know if they filled that position, but that person now be sitting there going, what about me? Who's going to strike for me? I've just gotten a job and now I'm fucked.
I don't know. Take your programming skills somewhere else. Someone else will want it. Absolutely guaranteed.
What would have been really fucking funny if he joined the Writers Guild. And then the AI strikes as well.
Oh, look where fuck once the AI is unionized.
Oh, yeah. Fucking oath. Yeah, but anyway. Fuck Netflix. Good on the writers. And SAG-AFTRA and everyone who fucking stepped into it is just fucking awesome.
100%. And it's particularly interesting that they got such a heavy win because it's probably going to happen again next year because the contract for the animators is up.
Yeah.
So chances are the Animators Guild is going to be like, all right, round 2.
Like, you stepped up for the writers, cunts. Step up for us too. So
okay, next up we got Jim Ryan, the head of Sony Interactive Entertainment, is stepping down.
And it's come very much out of the blue. Like, this isn't something that was alluded to or mentioned anywhere. It's just straight out, here's a statement. He's retiring March 2024. That Sony doesn't currently have anyone to replace him. They've got someone to step in as interim, but they've sort of had to scrounge them up to, like, oh, fuck, we need someone to fill this position more permanently. And there's a lot of speculation as to why this has come about and so fucking urgently. But again, nothing's fucking confirmed other than Jim Ryan saying, I'm done, I'm out, see ya.
And, that's particularly big because, this isn't a small studio or something. This is Sony.
No, this is literally the head of their entire, Sony Interactive Entertainment. This is the head of the PlayStation. Yeah. And he's been the face of it for quite a fucking while.
I think this article said 30 years?
Yeah, be around that. So, that's PS1, isn't it?
I would believe so.
1994.
Yeah.
Yeah, God, so that's fucking oath. He'll make it into 2024. So.
Oh yeah. So he will have been the head of Sony for 30 years.
Yeah.
That's fucking nuts.
A lot of the speculation at the moment is for why this is happening is partially Sony trying to save a bit of face, because during the whole Microsoft ActiBliz purchase, he was going to court saying that no, this is really bad for the community, and then leaving the courthouse, going to board meetings, saying this is great for gamers, but shit for us. We just don't want the deal to go ahead. So saying one thing to one lot, saying a very almost the direct opposite to another lot. Once it all came to light, it's sort of like, well, obviously no one can really trust what you're saying because you just saying one thing to me to say something to someone else. So there's lost a lot of face there. And Sony's in a massive fucking slump for games at the moment. They're in the same slump that Xbox was in a year or two ago.
How long has it been since they had a good...
They've had a few decent, God of War wasn't too long ago, and a few other things like that, but... Yeah. Sort of Starfield knocked a lot of things, the announcement of Starfield and the lead up to Starfield knocked a lot of things out of Sony. The actual release and the actual gameplay of Starfield is making a lot of other people question what's going on there. But yeah, I think Sony's just trying to save a bit of face at the moment. It may have been a voluntold retirement. Would you like to retire? Because you're going to.
It wouldn't surprise me, honestly. It really wouldn't.
No.
Given the current state of things over there.
Well, think of the last two, Sony State of Plays. They've been the exact same games. The last 2 or 3 videos they've released, slightly different trailers of the exact same games. Yet, Spider-Man was pretty much the only fucking big game in the last bloody State of Play. Short of that was a Splatoon ripoff. And apparently the Splatoon ripoff was their most highly rated game on a show floor that they did.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's not good.
No, it really fucking isn't. If you want to play a better version of that, play a Switch.
Get all the other wonderful things that are on a Switch.
Fucking oath. You almost get the person up on stage. Don't you all have Switches? God damn.
I still can't, I say I can't believe they made Foam Stars, but then it's no, I know why they made Foam Stars. It's because Splatoon's so popular.
Yeah. It's the same. Like they tried to rip off Smash Bros as well. Like
yeah, that thing.
Yeah, that thing that nobody talks about anymore. I'm not even sure it's still up and active.
It probably is.
The Warner Bros version, I think, is down again until mid next year.
That's because it's no longer in beta.
Yeah. Well, whatever the fuck. I don't see it getting any better. If you want a decent character fighting game like that, go play Smash Bros.
As much of a non-fan of fighting game, well, I'm not a fan of fighting. I watch Evo. I like watching high skill fighting games.
Yeah.
And as much as God, the amount of people who played freaking Smash when we were in uni,
I know,
really tainted my opinion of that game. But even I'll go, oh yeah, no. If you want a massive roster of just dumb characters, just go play Smash. Go play Smash.
Yeah.
Especially Smash Ultimate. Jesus Christ. I'm not pig-headed enough not to eat enough humble pie on that one.
Mm. It is a fun game. It's just, I've got so many other things to play.
Yeah, pretty much. It's just not my thing.
No, it isn't. But like, I've run through most of the single-player campaign of the Smash on Switch, and it's just fun to do to burn some time. But
that's fair. That's very fair.
Yeah, I don't know.
But see, like, when I see that, I'd rather go play, like, a map of Fire Emblem or something like that. That's got, like, a little dose of hit that I can play, and I like more.
Yeah. So,
but it's been many years since I was into fighting games.
But yeah, so I think there's a bit more to the story as to why Jim Ryan's left PlayStation.
Definitely.
There has to be more to the story than just, alright, I'm done. See yous. Pack my bags, I'm going home.
Speaking of people who left companies that probably have a bigger story that we'll learn later, Hideki, and I'm gonna butcher this, Kamiya?
That's how I would pronounce it. Hideki Kamiya.
Has left Platinum Games. And if you know who he is a very influential guy. He was instrumental in getting Resident Evil off the ground. He was the director and story writer for Devil May Cry. He's worked on the Vengeful Joe series, and probably most well known for the creating Bayonetta. So he's got a pretty good CV under his belt, and for Platinum Games as some of their biggest properties.
Even if he wants to stay in the industry, he gets snapped up quick at almost any other dev.
He has stated in his own personal tweet, as announced in the official Platinum Games account, I will be leaving Platinum Games October 12th, 2023. It came after a lot of consideration based on my own beliefs and was no means an easy decision to make. However, I feel this outcome is for the best. I will continue to create in my own Hideki way, and I hope you all keep your eyes peeled. So he's definitely walking into something else.
But something else has to have happened there as well. For him to actually say, I'm leaving based on my own beliefs, means there's something going on there that were against his beliefs.
So the current theory that people have been bending around is that Platinum's going to get bought. They've not been doing as well lately, and their last big game was Babylon's Fall, and it flopped hard. So a lot of people are thinking, okay, so Platinum might have been looking to get bought by somebody, and Hideki did not want to be part of that.
But if their last major game flopped, like, I can't think of what they've next got in development that any major publisher would want to purchase them. Like, I don't know what they've got coming up that would make Sony or Xbox or Embracer Group to go, we want them. Like, other than Embracer just gone, fuck it, let's buy them anyway.
I would guess that it's less... it'd be an IP buy. The Platinum owns a bunch of solid IPs with good track records. And you're also wondering, who's going to buy them? If you look at the biggest banker of Platinum lately has been Nintendo.
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't have Bayonetta 2 or 3 without Nintendo. They funded those to exist.
But by the same time, if it's just an IP buy, if they buy those IPs, but without, like, if he's had his specific fingerprint on these games, you can take the IP, but without that fingerprint, it won't be the same type of game. It's almost like Metal Gear Solid and Raiden. Like, it's just, sure, it says Metal Gear Solid, but that's not a Metal Gear Solid game.
I mean, Metal Gear Solid Rising was made by Platinum.
Well, there you go.
And it doesn't feel like a Metal Gear game. It feels like a Platinum game.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. Good luck to him. I think he'll come out well. I don't know how fucking Platinum will go after it. Yeah,
I think Platinum might be looking a little rough now that they've lost such an influential figure at the company. Like, it really is just like Konami losing Hideo Kojima.
Yeah.
You've lost one of your magic makers. What are you going to do now? Hopefully not make Bayonetta Rising and make some shitty zombie thing out of a perfectly good property.
Well, the property was now dead. They had to, like, make it walk around on screen at least. But, yeah, what they're going to do now is sell. That's about it. I reckon within the next month or so, we're going to see that, if not Platinum Games IPs up for sale, or this IP was now purchased by this company. I think that'll be the next.
More inclined to expect someone to pick up the whole studio, and just go, okay, now you make character action games for us, because that's Platinum's thing. While Hideki may have been on some of their most popular ones, they've made plenty of other ones that have done very well. They've just started to stumble in recent times where they've needed backing from major companies, and then, like I said, Babylon's Fall was an absolute cash sink flop for them.
Do you reckon the company could get picked up by Nintendo, like be a first-party subsidiary of Nintendo?
See, that, like I'm wondering, because, like, Nintendo's always had a big problem with
more adult-focused games?
Yeah. Like, you know, your mature audience games. It's the kids' gaming console.
Yeah.
So having action games like...
Yeah, you think of it and you immediately think of Zelda, like the animation style of Zelda, which looks very cartoony, or Mario, or Pokemon, which you go into, like, the lore of a few of these things and they're like, oh, fuck, really, this isn't for kids. But looking at it, it's like, these are all children's games. Like, they're all cartoony and kiddie. Like, they need something to age them up a little bit. Particularly 100%. If there's going to be a next generation Nintendo console soon that can play other things. And I think
that's why they bothered to back Bayonetta at all.
Yeah.
Because they got to have Bayonetta 1, 2, and create 2, so they were the exclusive location for that game. So the people who like that one mature title had to come buy a Nintendo console. So they basically baited a bunch of people into play their thing.
It does make sense for them to go towards Nintendo.
Yeah.
Like...
But that would be my guess, because Nintendo, they're already working pretty heavily with that company.
Yeah, or... Again, Bayonetta was in Smash. Like, there is a precedent there, so they must be closely fucking tied to it.
Oh, and they've done one other exclusive series for the Nintendo, Astral Chain. So, yeah, they've got strong ties to Nintendo. That would be the company I would expect that would be looking to pick them up. If I was guessing. And I don't think it'd be Embracer, because Embracer's is getting ready to hemorrhage.
Yeah. Like, their bubble's about to fucking pop. They're getting real fucking thin on the walls.
Well, I mean, that's what happens when you buy all these companies on a speculative, we're going to make some money.
Yeah. Though
eventually you either make the money or the bubble pops.
I am curious what's going to happen if that fucking bubble pops, because, like, so many other devs, like, IPs? I smell IPs. Fucking nom 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 nom. Buy all the fucking 100%. IPs.
Well, unless they can set up a new deal quickly, having lost that, like, $2 billion Arab deal is just like, that's it. Like, the braces gotta sell.
Yeah. And start selling shit quick.
Yeah. They gotta take some shitty prices.
Fucking oath. But yeah, oh well. Good luck to Hideki.
Yep.
See where he ends up next.
Shall we discuss Australia doing something good?
Oh, every now and again, the Australian government does something good. It's rare.
No.
Fucking few and far between. But
Australian government doesn't do dick shit. The ACCC does.
Well, yeah. There's at least one government agency that does something right every now and again. Most others are fucked. This one does something right.
Yep. And again, anytime we talk about the ACCC, I've got to bring it up. Where you get your Steam Room funds.
Fucking oath.
One country decided to go, fuck you to Steam, and now you get to refund your games.
Yep. There are limits, but at least you get to do it now.
Yeah, at all. That's us. And our ACCC. Look, man, there's 3 things you don't take on. Russia in winter, the European Union, and Australia's ACCC. It's just not worth it.
So, ACCC is finally having a crackdown on fucking loot boxes. Oh, and gambling. Ah.
Yep.
Fucking
so
magic.
Happy about this.
Fucking magic. So, with this, loot boxes in games, your game is automatically rated R18 plus. God fucking damn it.
Yes.
I am curious, like, if a major DLC, like, sorry, hang on, with this, it's only for games released after September 2024. It comes into effect in September 24, so any future game released after that will be immediately rated R18 plus. But some games, they release a DLC, that DLC has to now be rated, gets a new rating. Say Fortnite does their next season. Plus. Yeah. So, does that mean the next EA Madden game is going to be R18 plus? Because I fucking hope, I fucking hope so.
And because it's R18 plus, it would have to state why it's R18 plus, and it would have to say something like simulated gambling.
Yeah. Which is just magic.
They wouldn't be able to hide the loot box system inside their PG game that's not dangerous to kids. They would have to put an R18 sticker on it and state why.
Yeah. But I am curious, like, there's already some workarounds that, to me, look like workarounds that I'm curious if they're actually going to fall under this. So, like, bashing on our old favourite, Diablo Immortal. They don't specifically have a loot box. You can buy a micro dungeon, which is 5 minutes of actual gameplay with a slightly enhanced drop table, loot table. So you're not specifically opening a box and, haha, here's the thing. It's you burn a fucking scroll or whatever it is. You go to a miniaturized dungeon that's full of enemies. You end up with the same result, but you get a 5-minute gameplay loop instead.
Well, see, this is the thing I think is, like I'm sure people are going to make arguments about it, and it's going to become a whole thing when it goes into effect, and I say, bring it on, the ACCC will take you to task.
Fucking oath.
But it's the thing I did like about the way they worded it. It's gambling mechanics. It's not loot boxes.
Yeah.
So there would be a reasonable argument. I think that you pay to randomly gamble your time at getting something from this. Yes, it's a gameplay, but technically, if you want to get down to it, so's the pokie machine. The fact that I just go cha-ching and then wait for the dials is not that much different from click, 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 and wait for the loot to drop. Yeah,
but to me, it looks like some companies are already trying to build workarounds.
I absolutely guarantee you some companies are going to fuck around and then they're going to find out.
Yeah. It's like, you can see there was already a slight step away from the loot box model in a lot of games, and that's why we ended up with so many fucking battle passes in games that didn't fucking need them.
Yep.
And then some companies are like, you know what? Why not have both? And God fucking damn. But I really hope this fucking comes through and just rips so many games.
Yes. It would be so nice. Just to see EA's catalog of E for Everyone titles now being R18.
Yeah. But sure, it's not retroactive, but I am curious if any game comes out with a DLC after that point.
Yeah, that's actually an interesting point.
So, yeah, I'm very, very curious as to how this is going to fucking go.
I mean, wouldn't it be hilarious if fucking Fortnite's like, oh yeah, no, it's an E for Everyone game. Oh, except for season 19 forward, they're all are 18 plus.
Yeah. But, Mum, I want to play Fortnite. Okay, what's Fortnite? What's it rated? R18? Fuck no. Like, oh my god.
It makes me happier than it should.
Fortnite's as bad as GTA.
I mean, come on. GTA implemented that casino in it where you could spend your in-game credits, but considering you could actually buy shark cards with real cash, you can essentially actually gamble.
Yeah. Yeah. Goddamn. Like, I don't know why it's taken this fucking long for this to come about. Like, it needed to have happened a long fucking time ago. But I mean, like, at least it's happening.
The thing is, though, it's given how much the game industry loves to ignore the shit out of Australia, surprisingly, we have a weirdly large amount of influence when it comes to stuff like this. So,
yeah. It
could be that, like, we're one of the catalysts that kick this off more globally. And I'd like that, personally. I'd love to be like, yeah, man, ground zero, we did that.
Like, there have been a few other countries that have tried to implement loot box laws and that kind of stuff. Like, in 2021, US senators contacted a whole heap of major game developers saying, you need to do more about the loot box problem. Like, it's getting really bad. They all said, yeah, we'll do plenty about it, and then didn't do a fucking thing. So, yeah, now it's a regulation that your game comes out here, this is what you get. Yep. Like, they fucked around long enough, now it's time to find out.
100%.
So, yeah. Finding something in Australia is good. If only they could come down on our fucking internet.
You make that good for fucking once.
Yeah.
Or at least get, like, telcos to advertise speeds properly.
Yeah, fucking oath.
I despise the fact that they do it in
bits,
megabits instead of megabytes.
Yeah. Well, 50 megabits sounds a lot better than 4 megabytes.
Yeah, but, and I understand this as a consumer, 4 meg down's actually not that bad. It could be better, don't get me wrong. But 4 meg's pretty good. But when you write 50 and you put the MB next to it, people assume megabyte because that's the smallest one most people deal with.
Yeah.
People don't deal in megabits.
No, fucking no.
Such a fucking load of bullshit.
There's no reason that Australia's internet should be worse than mid-war Ukraine.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking shit here. And it didn't help the Australian government gutted it before it was even fucking implemented and now refuses to do anything about it. That's a whole... Yep. We could do a fucking 4-hour podcast on how much it got fucking gutted. But...
it's a fucking... Like, it's multiple governments getting in and out. It's a whole fucking thing. It is terrible.
Yeah. Yeah. So, when your phone's 5G is faster than your home internet, like...
Oh, yeah.
When I upload my podcasting, it uploads so much, like, almost 3 times as fast. If I do it through my phone, then I have to do it through my home fucking Wi-Fi. That's shit.
I mean, that being said, your internet's particularly shit.
Yeah, well, it's NBN fixed wireless, so even though I'm in a city, I don't get a fucking wide connection. I'm still on a fucking satellite. That's fucking bullshit. And
you're in a major city. You're not like out in the buttfuck boonies.
No, we've got like 40,000 people here. Like, we're not a small town. We are a fucking city. Yeah, it's stupid.
But like, most of the reason I have extra data on my phone is simply so that if I want to download a book or something, I can just do it.
Yeah,
because it's just going to be faster to get it that way.
Yeah,
it sucks. It really fucking sucks.
Fucking oath. Or
that's why I'm like, oh man, 4 meg down. Ooh, yeah, good. I'm into that. Because if it's not that, it's potato.
Or if anyone else uses the Wi-Fi, if my mother trolls Facebook, I can't download or watch anything online. It's fucking shit. It takes me 3 days to download a game. This is really fucked. Yeah.
Preloads are important, bro.
Fucking oath. But yeah, so go ACCC. Hopefully the rest of the government can look at it and go, that's what we want to be when we grow up.
So, next up we had on the docket, mod creator for Starfield has decided he's going to start implementing essentially DRM protections on his mods, and going forward adding hidden bugs so that you have to get his his DRM unlocked version instead of pirating it.
Yeah. Like, originally I read this and I thought it was like, I read part of the article and I didn't understand it, part of it. It's like, I understand what he was trying to do with adding the DLSS 3, and you can get the DLSS 2 version for free from Nexus Mods or where the hell you like the mods from. I read this and I assumed it was you had to keep his Patreon subscription to get the mod, which was like $5 a month. And to me, it's like, if I just bought it, why don't I just have it? I don't fucking hate subscriptions. But no, I was wrong. Get it once and you've got it. That's fucking awesome. That's well worth it. For $5, like, I don't know how much effort it took to make this mod, but it's $5. Like, pay your artists. We just had a whole fucking writer's strike of people not paying their artists.
Yeah. It's kind of the weird conversation around mods, because so many people have gotten used to not paying for mods.
Yeah.
That people think it's weird, or you're selling out, or some other anti-community thing. When you go, hey man, look, I spent a lot of time on this. Can you kick me a couple bucks?
Yeah, like, it's been the whole thing for like mods. Like, that was one of the main reasons I chose gaming on PC. Like, I was Xbox for so fucking long, and it's like, holy shit, you can do all this extra stuff on PC from stuff other people have made. Holy fuck yeah, let's do that. And then gotten into it that way. It's what some people do with it is fucking massive, and they probably should be fucking paid for it.
Well, I mean, one guy, what mod is it? There's one of the mods for Skyrim that a guy made, and it was essentially his CV for why he should be employed as a game developer.
Yeah. Like,
because he professionally made the mod, scripted NPCs, hired voice actors to show that he could do it.
Yeah. Made an entire fucking campaign by himself as a Skyrim mod. That's fucking awesome. And
that mod is free, by the way. You don't have to pay for that one. He just did it to show people why he should be hired. So people have put in some crazy work, and it's hard to pay them because so many things go up on a site like Nexus or ModDB, and they're free, and I like that. But sometimes it does feel like we should pay these people, and then it's like, how? Well, this guy found a way to tie DRM authentication to his Patreon, and so long as you've subscribed to him ever, well, you've got the access. So you only have to kick him the $5 when he puts something out, and you get access to every mod he's ever done, not just the one you're looking at. So if you went on and got his DLS3's mod for Starfield, you would be able to get access to every other mod he's done. So it's a pretty good deal.
It is. Like, you've had companies like Bethesda who bring in their own fucking paid mods in their own fucking little walled garden, which you could get those exact same mods for free from Nexus or ModDB.
And they were better.
Yeah, and they were better versions because they were updated more consistently. But that was the only way you could get mods on the consoles. And you could only install 2 or 3 mods at a time because you had a fucking size limit, which is just stupid. But if you got the hard drive space, you should be able to fill it with whatever shit you want.
But then that was another company taking a cut of that payment.
Yeah, friggin' oath.
Didn't work on it at all.
No.
They just went, oh, you made a super popular mod. Give me my share. So this guy's at least the mod creator setting the price.
That
so
almost...
like, oh yes, Bethesda wants to charge $15 for this DLS mod. No, this guy's like, no, it's $5. Buy me a coffee and we're good.
That Bethesda trying to take a cut of the mods almost feels like the beginning of the Wizards of the Coast Unity.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like, you did a thing, now pay me for it. Like, you for one. I will pay you in fuck offs.
I think it's just because it fell over so hard so fast, and the fact
Yeah.
that Nexus was just there to be like, oh, you want blue power armor? I got blue power armor, and it costs you nothing.
Yeah.
It'll also come with red power armor, and green power armor, and yellow power
Yeah.
armor.
I'll tell you what, I'll just give you an RGB scaler and you make whatever fucking color you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, that one, I think, fell over so fast that, like, we kind of all went, whoop, and just kind of moved on from it. And then, yeah.
There
Now
was
that you
a,
pointed out, it's like, yeah, it really fucking was the precursor to Wizards
Yeah.
and Unity.
so, yeah, I understand it. I don't like it, but I understand it. It's
Yeah.
just, it niggles into that goblin free brain in the back
Yes,
of my head. It's like,
yes.
free. No, it's free. It should always be free. What? No, don't pay, free. It's like, but he put a lot of
Yeah.
effort into it, and
Yeah.
goddamn.
And
But
if
I
you're
like
one of
my
those
free.
sort of real big, prolific mod makers, it could actually be worth it to be like, oh yeah, hey man, $5, and you get access to all of it.
Yeah.
And update, so...
Well, it was Bethesda hired a mod maker from Skyrim to do the clutter and extra lighting for Starfield.
Yeah.
And like if you run around and actually have a look at some of the areas where there is fucking like some handcrafted shit, the clutter and lighting looks really good.
Yeah.
It's
It
just
really does.
the other cookie cutter stuff that's like, what am I doing here?
Yeah. Although, given that we've got a bunch of listeners who are probably playing Starfield right now, you've recently modded it to get some much better game experience.
Yeah.
You want to run down that mod list in case someone's looking for something to kind of help Starfield feel a little better to play?
I dumped a bit of time into Starfield, and it's like, for the game that got delayed so fucking much, it shouldn't have this kind of fucking issues. And just on a completely separate note, I read an article that the developers of The Witcher 3 spoke about how far you should be from points of interest. So you should be able to draw a ring on a map that is 30 to 45 seconds of travel time, and you should have at least 2 points of interest always within that ring, no matter where you are. Like, at least 2 things that you can look at. And if you do the same thing in any Starfield map, you're looking at a minimum of 3.5 to 4.5 minutes, up to a maximum of near 15.
Yeah.
Between points of interest.
Nothing traversal.
Yeah. And if you're carrying a kilo too much, you can't fast travel it. It's like,
Yeah.
this is just fucking dumb. Give me a vehicle already. Just fucking stupid. But mod tools come out next year. Hey.
Yay.
But in the meantime, this is what I've done. I've got 8 mods that have made my life so much fucking easier. Number 1 is a Starfield achievement enabler. Of course, it's a single player game, and if you mod it at all, it doesn't just disable the mods for that save. It disables mods for all of your saves, which is just fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Like, if I want to have a save where I mod the guts out of it and say, all right, now I want to continue my campaign without any mods, it shouldn't affect me, but it does, which is dumb. But yeah, this just removes that restriction and lets you continue your playthrough while still getting those little chivos that don't really do anything other than a sense of accomplishment.
Yay!
Yay! So first up is Star UI inventory. These are all on Nexus mods, and it goes through and redoes the layout of your inventory. And like, holy fuck, did it need it? It just compacts everything, makes everything nice, neat, and clean. Like, in your weapons in particular, it comes out with what weapon it is, what type of weapon it is, like the ammo, and then it has the weight, value, and then value divided by weight. So is this worth picking up? Like, it weighs 100 kilos, but it's only worth $20. Yes, no. It makes life so much fucking easier when you don't want to pick up so much shit and suddenly you're over encumbered.
Or if you have picked up a bunch of stuff, you need to drop some shit. Okay, what's not worth my time?
Well, I've got a mod later on that covers that too. Haha. Makes life so much easier. Another one, just because I think it's fucking stupid. is that it changes the registration fee for new ships you find. Because currently it's set to like, I think it's 75 to 80% of the ship's value. Like, why the fuck do I need to pay 70% of the ship that I've just stolen for me to be able to sell? Like, it's almost not worth selling fucking ships. At least, like, you can scale this so you can get the whole value or whatever. I think I've set it down to, like, the registration fee is like 40%. I understand I need to pay a little bit for it, sure. But I want a bit more of the fucking cookie. Like, come on.
You're making over 50% of the profit.
Yeah, I've gone to the effort to steal this fucking thing. I've killed everyone on it. You get rid of it. I put all the fucking risk in. I deserve more of the fucking reward than some pencil fucking pusher. But yeah, so it goes through and adjusts that amount and the value, because apparently in Starfield there's 2 restrictions on it. So one of them is when you pay your registration fee, you pay like 75% of the value of the ship. But then when you then go and sell the ship, it's still got a lot. The value of what you're selling it for is still tied to what the registration fee is. So you need to adjust both values for you to actually get some fucking cash out of it. So yeah, there's 2 mods out.
Yep.
Next one, anyone who's played Starfield has been annoyed by this completely. The mod's called Easy Digipick, because I fucking hate finding a locked safe that's got a master lock and you open it up and there's a sandwich in it. God fucking damn, fun. It's just stupid. If you got a higher graded lock, it should have a higher graded loot table. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, you shouldn't just get a single item for a novice lock. Sure, put a single item in there, like 20 credits. I don't give a fuck. An advanced lock, scale it up. Put 200 credits in there.
Yeah.
Once you get to fucking master locks, weapons, ammo, useful shit, not just trash. Yeah. It's fucking dumb. But this mod has 2 fucking features to it. So one of them is you can just make the digipicks, all of them, easy as fuck. It's 2 single points, bang, unlocks. Because, again, there's a restriction in this that all the locks have to require 2 of the little circles to fucking unlock it. So if you can count it, there's a way you can figure it out easy.
Yeah.
But, so this has got 2 single points to unlock it. Or you can go through and get it to set a loot table for the difficulty of the lock. So you can leave them as hard as you want, but it actually does what the game should already fucking do, which gives you a better loot table for harder locks. Actually makes lock picking up a master lock worthwhile.
That's good. Because, bad loot in chess is like, it absolutely kills your momentum.
It really does. Like, oh, I've just killed everyone. Now I can sit down here. I can unlock this thing. Fuck, it's taken me forever. Here's a sandwich, or here's a can, or here's 3 pieces of aluminum. Why?
Lame.
Yeah. Like, why is this even in a safe for one? Like, it's just stupid. Next one is because I hate getting flashbanged, let alone my fucking character getting flashbanged. So it's dark mode for terminals. Like, normally I've got the lights out and I'm in a dark room playing a game. When you open up a fucking terminal in this, it's a giant white screen. It's like, okay, well, I don't need my eyes for the next 20 seconds, I guess. God damn. Yeah, so
dark... you've got a pretty decent sized fucking monitor to work with. It's not like, you pull something white up on your phone, it's like, eh. No. But, big screens, that's just like, the sun's in my room.
Or you're in the middle of a firefight, you think, right, I'm going to hack this terminal and get all the fucking robots in the field to come out and fight for me. Right, activate. Oh, shit, now I'm fucked. I can't see what's on the fucking screen. It's just stupid. Yeah, so dark mode for all terminals, which I like. I've got dark mode on everything else, I might as well have it in a video game.
Same.
Clean field just removes all the opening splash screens, so you go straight to the menu to start your game, just because that should be an option in every game. Like, it plays once when you first install it, and then it shouldn't play every fucking time.
Or I should be able to skip every single one of them.
Oh, yeah.
Is that something that Dawn of War did? When you first play the game, you have to watch the full opening cutscene and all the credit rolls. After that, you can just mash spacebar and skip every single fucking one.
which makes perfect fucking sense. Like, that opening cutscene sets the tone and story of the game. Like, sure, splash screens, it's like the role in a fucking movie. Like, these are the people that worked on it. You should have to at least see that once. Yeah. But goddamn, give me the option to get rid of it after that.
Oh, yeah. Completely agree.
And then the last one is probably my favourite of all of them, and which is one of the reasons I really got into these other mods, which is called Burden Me Not, Clutter Be Gone. It's a long-ass fucking name. I'm not going to go through the whole fucking thing. But what it does is it gives you, I think it's 9 or 10 recipes in the research machine. And so you can track multiple researchers at once, and it highlights those items within the game world. You say, oh, well, I need to pick this up for a research. It makes life a little easier. But this goes through and it lets you highlight every piece of food and give that a distinct color. And then every piece of healing equipment, so everything under the healing loot table, is highlighted a different color again. And then all the trash items are another color, and all the weapons are a different color. Ammo's a color. Like, it goes through and recolors everything in the game, so you can walk into a room, scan it, and see, right, well, there's 3 guns over there, there's 4 apples and a fucking healing kit over here, and the rest of the room is trash. I don't have to go through every fucking item in the game or fill up a... I have to go through my inventory and look at all the resources and go, what is actually useful here? Because everything that isn't comes up with a little fucking marker saying, you can dump this, or sell it, or whatever the fuck you want to do with it. It's made life so much fucking easier. So, yeah. They're all the mods I'm currently running with it. Got them all through Nexus mods. And if you don't want to fuck around with all your files, you can get Vortex through Nexus mods, which is just a mod manager. And that installed them, got everything running for me. Until the Starfield mod official mod manager comes out next year, this works. I'm enjoying it. And the differences this can make for now, without that, I'm really looking forward to what they can do later on.
I mean, I'm not going to lie, a big like, there were a bunch of things that all caused me to put Starfield down, but man, like, if I'd had those UI mods, that probably would have helped me keep playing a lot longer. Just clicking through fucking menus that just murders immersion.
Oh, fucking hell. Oh, I'm now looking for another mod to help smoothen out fucking, like, the map screens. Like, why do if I'm already on a planet and I want to see the view where I'm running around, why does it go to an immediate solar system view? Like, goddamn. I should be able to see where I'm running around and the points of interest that are around me straight out. Fucking hell.
100%.
And, yeah, I don't know. Hopefully there'll be some better stuff coming out. We'll see what happens.
So, next up, I think we kind of have to... Well, we've got to get our like, weekly shitting on a company.
Oh, of course.
And I mean, like, these guys are a good company, don't get me wrong. And they will fix the problem. But, oh man, that Payday 3 launch was not good.
If there's ever a reason for people to look at it and say, why does everything have to be online? Why can't I have an online mode? Point at this and laugh.
Yep.
Like... why is there not an offline mode? Like, for people that want to play single player, shouldn't have to be online. God fucking damn.
Yeah. It's bad. Currently, it's on Steam. It's mostly negative, with 27,524 reviews posted.
And completely understandable.
And a lot of them, there's no servers. Where the fuck are my servers? Why can't we play this game without the freaking servers?
Yeah. And it's funny because, like, when it first went down, they rushed through and they fixed what they thought the problem was, and they released that patch, and apparently it worked for about a 6-hour period until the third-party company that's doing their matchmaking released their own update, which broke the entire fucking thing again. Which, like... I'm sure you need a fucking third-party matchmaking company, like, to actually manage all of that, because you get a lot of players on there, and it'll make life a lot easier. But, god fucking damn. Like, you'd think you'd at least talk to them and say, hey, look, we've finally got this going. Don't change anything. At least let us fix some shit. Nope. They patched it in 6 hours and fucked it again. God damn.
Now, like, the guys who make Payday, Starbreeze, they're a good company. I genuinely believe they'll fix this. Like, they'll get it up to a nice step. They've actually announced that they're looking at, like, implementing an offline mode.
Yeah.
Which, they didn't have to do that. But they're I know it's a cynical ploy to try and, you know, placate the player base, but they could have still just as easily stubbornly gone, look, we're fixing the service, we'll be back up as soon as we can, and not even commented or interested in the idea of an offline mode. So, you know, that's good. But we'll see. Like, if we may report back on this if Starbreeze decides to screw the pooch. But I honestly believe that they'll get it back on track.
Yeah, eventually. But in the article it goes down, someone's tweeted, as soon as I seen it was online only, it became a hard pass. No longer interested in the game. And the very next tweet under it is that Game Pass is better than Hard Pass. At least you can get it for $15. It's like, well, it's on Game Pass, so don't dump your money out there. Give it a go when it works.
100%. Although we did get some good gaming news this week, which I'm actually super excited about. And thank fuck it is ages away because I have too much stuff to play right now. But this would have been one of the things I dropped everything else to play.
Yeah, I've ranted about like a couple of weeks back or a week or so ago. I said when they announced the complete edition of this, it's like, this is the time to drop a fucking PC version. And they are. Horizon.
We've only got a tentative window for release, which is first half next year. But hey, man, I'll take it.
But it
means we're definitely getting it.
It's sure it's like first part of next year, but you can already wishlist it on Steam, so it is coming. It's not just it's coming next year. It's available for wishlist on Steam now. So if you're interested, jump on it now. At least it's fucking there, and it's not just the game with the base DLC, like as some complete editions are. There's just as minimal fucking thing, but this is the base game, the Burning Shores DLC, soundtrack, art book, comic books, in-game items. Like, it's the whole fucking kit and caboodle. Love it.
Yeah, that is going to be, because like I love Horizon Zero Dawn. Great game. Great game.
One of the few games on Steam where I actually went through and chased all those little Chivos.
So some of them are tied to like content you don't even have to do. Like completing all the lodge challenges.
Yeah.
And some of them are like, to get gold on some of those, they're pretty fucking hard too.
It took me a long fucking time. It was an absolute mongrel. But I'm glad I did it, because I love the fucking game.
Hell yeah. The game is just too good. That's why, like, and I've heard the same thing about Forbidden West.
Yeah.
But, of course, don't have a PS5, so
yeah, and
haven't been able to check that shit out.
Wasn't going to buy one for one fucking game.
No.
So now that we've got an announcement of this is coming, like, it's on Steam, so it's coming. It's not just a one day. I can take this off my list and add my new fucking next game I want, which is the next fucking, like, the last God of War game. Like, come on, you've already done the first one, now give me the sequel, and then you can do the fucking Spider-Man 2 after that. I'll let you get away with it.
I mean, I'm still annoyed they haven't bothered to port the whole set.
Yeah. Like,
God of War 1 through Ragnarok, would you feel like...
a complete edition, like, complete collection of just, bam, here's the whole God of War, let you play the entire thing. So good.
I would not play anything else for a little while.
No,
I would just play God of War games.
Yeah, that'd take up a lot of chunk of time.
If you gave me Ascension through Ragnarok in one pack, I would just play Ascension 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And then maybe I'd redo the other two again. But I'd at least play the first 4 games again.
Yeah.
And if they threw in the PSP titles as well, man, I'd fucking play those too. So I'd be up, 6 games if they brought all of those to PC. And most PC players haven't played God of War. And no one's made a competent enough rip-off on PC.
I honestly never thought I'd ever get to play God of War on... Like, I wasn't going to buy a PlayStation just for that. So I'm thinking, alright, it'll never happen. That's like bread and butter PlayStation. And then when they threw that on PC, it's like, they're either real fucking desperate or they're really trying at a new fucking market. So I'm glad, these, like, the games that are coming out now for it are the only reason I would have bought a PlayStation. And now I don't have to.
Now we just know. How about wait?
Yeah.
And given that Epic taught us to wait, well, it's
Yeah.
not that much to wait a little longer.
No. So yeah, I'm really fucking chuffed for this. So.
And the last thing we have to talk about is actually something that I think is really cool, because I already still love Baldur's Gate 3, but there's fucking buried content in it.
Yeah.
It's a studio in the year of our Lord 2023 that's willing to hide content, not neon sign every fucking piece of it.
Yeah. And it's not just a little thing here and there. Apparently it's 2 hours of game, like one section that they've told us about is 2 hours of fully voice recorded content that nobody's found yet.
That's amazing.
That just doesn't happen.
Because it makes me want to go back and play Baldur's Gate some more and try and find something new and interesting.
Yeah.
The big one that's gotten leaked lately is that one of the characters can actually have an existential crisis where they realize they're a video game character.
Yeah.
But we have no idea how to trigger it.
Yeah. They only found it from going through game files and artificially triggering it. Which would be entertaining if they've added that in there specifically for the people who look for these files. Because it's a full conversation and they ask, are you enjoying what you're doing? Where the character looks at the player and specifically asks, are you enjoying this game? Yeah. And then they celebrate. If you click yes, they go, yeah, we've done it. We're fucking happy. This is awesome. Like, that's just a cool little fucking thing.
Yeah. And like I said, it's just... Like, I remember when I was young, like, game companies used to hide content all the time.
Yeah. That's literally where Easter egg... Like, it's an Easter egg. It's why they fucking do it. It's a little bit of thing you can find. They're Easter eggs. God fucking damn.
Yeah, but, like, and it actually speaks to the tradition of the Baldur's Gate franchise, because in, I think... Oh, God, which Baldur's Gate? I want to say 2, but I think it might have been 1. That's like an entire city and subquest that's missable if you don't take a boat ride. So the idea that there's 2 hours of fully voiced content buried in this game somewhere, it's like, yep, man, that's fucking on brand.
Yeah. And, like, to have a company that's willing to fucking do that, that's fucking massive.
Yeah, it is. You just don't get it anymore.
No. Or, like, the patch 3, the latest patch they've done for it, they added in a whole heap of legendary weapons, which, like, whole heap of weapons and stuff, it's awesome. But one of them you can find in Act 1, like, the first, like, destroyed town you can go to after... It's called a fecal eviscerator, and it's a poo knife. It's a knife for cutting poo.
I'm still annoyed it doesn't have a fear effect.
A fear effect, or poison damage, or fucking intimidation, or something.
Yeah.
But, like, it's... Every legendary weapon in this game is bright and shiny. It's like, oh my god, it has a massive effect on it. This is an old rusty knife with a dark brown smear up the blade. It's like, oh my god, you should have to wave that around and have like a brown waft off it and have enemies going, I'm just going to back away. Don't come near me with that thing. Why are you hanging onto it?
Although, speaking of companies slightly hiding content, did you know that in the new Cyberpunk DLC, it's possible to lock yourself out of the entire DLC?
I did hear that. I didn't read into how to do it, but apparently you can fuck yourself
up. The first mission of the DLC, you have to save a character. If you don't do it, they die, and then you just can't play the DLC.
I hope that's not like a timed death where it's like, I'm going to trigger this thing, but then I'm going to fuck off and do side quests. And
that's how it works. Once you trigger the mission to engage, you're on a timer.
Oh, God.
And if you don't go to the place and save the person, that's it. You don't get to play the DLC.
Wow. Like, I'm real bad, particularly in Cyberpunk, for triggering a mission. It's like, go meet what's-his-face at this place. Like, or I've got an entire map of side shit to do. I'm going to go do all of that.
Well, it might be the kind of thing where you might, when you get around to playing it, you might need to look up the mission name. So if it pings, you're like, oh no, wait, I have to actually go do this one.
Actually, I have to meet someone now, so I'm going to go and...
I mean, I appreciate a game actually like going, okay, you need to go here now and do the thing and actually bothering to have consequences.
Though, hang on, one shitty thing I did find out about Cyberpunk, or the new DLC. So when they first announced it, they had a few of the devs and Idris Elba sitting in an interview. And they said, oh, there's going to be, like, as with the DLC, there's going to be some extra free shit given away with it, which CDPR, they do give those extra awards, and if you've got previous other games. But they've also done a Twitch deal. So if you watch certain hours of content, you get a bit of a suit. But in the interview, the devs all say that, no, it's all going to be free. Like, it's just extra little rewards that you can get. It's not going to cost you anything. Except it does. If you go to the Twitch thing, the sniper rifle you can unlock for it, you can only get by gifting 2 subs to any of the streamers that are on the chat. So it's going to cost you $15 for a single sniper rifle in a single player game.
That's not good.
No, it really isn't. But people have already gone through and the content's already in the game. It just needs to be activated with a code. Yeah. So people have already gone through and modded it back into the game. But to get it legitimately, you got to pay the $15 to gift 2 subs to anyone on fucking Twitch. Which, it's a single player game. God damn.
That's a bit shit.
Yeah. Like, it's bad enough that I have to watch 2 hours of someone else play the game that I've just fucking paid for.
Yeah. And then you want $15?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, a bit shit. It's a little fucking stupid, particularly when they've said, no, this little extra stuff will be free. It's not. But, yeah.
Oh, well.
The whole Twitch drops things is already fucking stupid.
Yeah, I'm not into it. Well, that's us out past an hour, so I think we can wrap things up for this week.
Sounds good to me.
Y'all have a good one.
See ya.